What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, Super CBTV. It's your girl AP here. I have some really crazy TikToks lined up for us this week, and we got no time. Let's jump on in.
One night it went inside. A girl named Celeste from Mexico uploaded a series of haunting events where she explains that she's been hearing and seeing strange things outside her room, but every time she checked, no one would be there. Feeling uneasy, she decides to sleep at her cousin's house, but on the following night, as she's laying on her bed, she hears something opening the front door.
No.
She finds a fallen box, but still, no one's
No
there.
mames, güey, no mames, está abierta la puta puerta. No hay nadie, o sea, no hay nadie, no hay nadie.
Now, as Celeste decides to record the area where the noises and things have been coming from, she sees it.
Me está dando miedo, te lo juro que estoy temblando. No, no mames, no mames, no mames.
From a corner too small for anyone to fit, a dark figure with black hair is seen peeking out where the object was thrown.
Why is it always in Mexico?
Another video has popped up of La Llorona. The person who submitted this wants to be anonymous, so let's call her Lisa. The video was actually taken in Michoacan, Mexico back in 2020. Lisa's uncle was actually out walking late one night after his brother had unalived himself. They own some land out there and grow some crops, so he was just kind of walking around, reminiscing, thinking about his brother who had just passed away. He was also doing a little something else when he happened to hear the cries of a woman. He's never shared it with anyone until now because since he thought that no one would believe him, but I mean, he has video evidence. Now here's the video. He says that even though he never actually saw her, the screams just got louder and louder to the point that he just like ran home. I mean, what do you guys think?
I heard that if she sounds far away, then she's closer than you think.
There is an old commercial that is showing a Diddy party, and all of these celebrities on there are talking about Diddy's freak-off parties. This commercial is absolutely crazy, and you cannot tell me that all of these people in Hollywood haven't known, just like Cat Williams said, about Diddy parties. Derek Jeter is the first one to start talking about Diddy's parties in this commercial, and look under his name, it says The Art of Swinging. He goes on to explain how Diddy had a party for 5 days in a row on his private jet called Air Diddy, and he honestly doesn't see how he did that. You also have other celebrities in this commercial talking about Diddy parties. One of them is Nicole Richie, and it says next to her name that she had been to 4,500 and some Diddy parties. And then you even have Fat Joe in this commercial talking about Diddy's parties after the parties. Like, this shit is absolutely wild. I honestly don't remember this commercial, but it was used for the VMAs. Cat Williams literally told us that he's heard about Diddy parties for years and the people that go there, and he said Diddy likes to party and he always knew to tell him no, and how he was offered so much money for his hole. I don't care what nobody tells me, all of this Diddy stuff was well known in Hollywood, and this commercial is literally showing it. I'm going to go ahead and roll y'all this crazy ass commercial about Diddy parties, and you guys let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
For the next 53 seconds, we'll take an in-depth look inside Diddy Parties.
Diddy once threw a party on a jet flying around the world. Now, it started on a Tuesday and somehow ended on the previous Sunday. I don't know how he did that.
Now that I'm engaged, I've decided to slow down a little. 3 Diddy parties a week. Maybe 4. Not including the weekends.
Well, I remember one day we went to this Diddy party. Well, what happened? Lil Jon forgot his pimp cup.
Yep.
D-Rock went to Diddy and asked if he had a pimp cup Lil Jon can borrow.
Now, he had a whole bunch of pimp cups.
He had a pimp set.
It's hard to say which is more off the hook. A Diddy party or a Diddy after party. Or a Diddy after party, which is basically a pre-party for the next Diddy party.
The Diddy Party legend continues tonight at 8 p.m. 7.
Diddy can't be the only one having those kinds of parties in Hollywood.
Ain't worth your life, I tell you that. Once you leave.
You guys been asking me for story time. I'm here with my wife. She speaks better English than I do. She will tell you guys the story.
Okay, so the story about his sister that died and rose up again. That's very common in Haitian culture. So what happened was his sister got into an altercation with a woman in the neighborhood. I guess in English it would be like a witch. These people practice black magic, but they don't let it be known like that. So she got into an altercation with the woman, and she disrespected her, fussed her out. One thing about Haitians, they don't like when younger people disrespect adults. They take that very seriously. And so I guess she fussed out the woman. The woman said, all right, I'll give you 3 days. They don't usually say much. When they're witches like that and they practice black magic and they know what they're doing, they don't say too much to you. They don't do too much talking. They just give you a time frame. Or they don't say nothing at all. But for her, I think the woman told her, I give you 3 days. And then the sister was like, despite her being raised up in that culture, she still disregarded the woman, still was rude. And then when the 3 days came, she got sick. She had a fever. And then no medication would bring down the fever. No doctor could help. And then they heard that she passed. So after
2 months.
After 2 months?
Yeah.
Okay, she passed, and then the funeral was held, and then he has an uncle that practices the black magic, and then they end up finding out that it was through black magic she died, not from natural fever or sickness. And then he did what he did, and he rose her up from the dead. I know it sounds crazy. The reason why I believe it, I've been hearing these stories since I was a kid too, because my parents are from Haiti as well. But someone who does not have a Haitian or African background or Caribbean background, it seems crazy. It seems like a story, and a lot of people don't like to believe it, but there's so many stories about this stuff, but they're not stories. They're reality that happens back on that island. But that's basically in a nutshell what happened, unless you want me to say something else.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so that's what happened to her. And for the uncle that was able to raise her from the dead, the reason why he was able to do it, number one, he practices witchcraft as well, like a warlock. I don't know, I don't use these terms in English, but with people who practice black magic, I guess there's levels to it. So you have to have the person who's gonna raise the one that's dead, because in a sense, the woman who did it, she did it to teach a lesson, because she was upset, to show the family that she don't play. So if you're gonna mess with black magic like that, you have to be in black magic, and your level has to be higher than the person who did it. So let's say this, I'm just making this up, the level part, because I don't really know the numbers or whatever. But let's say that woman was a level 4 witch. A level 1, 2, or 3 wouldn't be able to do it, and if they do, she can overpower them and target them and target their family. So it would have to be a level 5, level 6, someone who has a higher level than she. So in a sense, it creates a sense of fear for the woman, because she knows, okay, if he was able to do that, he has a higher level than me. So that's why he was able to raise her from the dead without there being any repercussions. Yes, she's still alive. She's still back on the island. The thing with them, after being dead for so long, when they are brought back, they're not the same. They're a little off. It's like they didn't know what happened. They're like confused. There's something off about them, and then you can't really talk about what happened. You can't keep reminding them of their past, if I'm not mistaken, right? You don't keep telling them, this is what happened to you. And is it scary? I'm sure it was scary to see that, you're living with a dead, or used to be dead sibling. Again, I was born and raised here, but I've heard these stories. Again, they're not stories. I've heard people speak of these events from Haiti, and I asked the same questions you guys have asked, but I've been asking them since I was a kid. So now it's like, okay, yeah, this is what happens.
I'm shook.
Hey guys, I guess I'm going to stop with the story because I started seeing things that I'm not supposed to see. And this kind of stuff I'm seeing right now, that just happened to me like 30 minutes ago while I was driving. As you can see, I stopped the truck. I'm a truck driver. I stopped the truck to find out what's happening to me. But I know that the story I'm telling you guys, this story is not story for me to share with anybody because 10 years ago I was told to stay quiet about everything that I know, everything that I see, and everything they made me do back in my country. And another thing, I know that now I have a beautiful family. I have wife, I have kids, and I know this story that I'm telling you guys, I'm not allowed to do that. And I don't want anything happen to my family. Cause talking about voodoo, talking about evil spirit, it's not it's not something that you can be joke about, you know? And I don't want anything happen to my family. I guess I'm going to stop because if anything happened to my wife or my kids, I know that I have to go back to my old life and I don't want to do that ever again. Last night I went to sleep after I posted the video online. I went to sleep with a Bible under my pillow and I was praying in my head because I didn't want my wife to hear me praying. I was praying, and the only thing I asked God, how long you gonna keep protect me from the evil spirit? Because every night now this stop happen because I sleep with my Bible, but 3 months before, every night when I go to sleep, there's always people who come after me. I mean, I don't really know how to explain you that, but it's crazy. It's not a dream, it's a real thing that happened to me every night I go to sleep. It's kind of scary, but I know it's all because everything that I used to do in the past and everything that I know, and I know there's people that still after me. But yeah, I don't want to keep continue with that story because for you guys it's a story. Some of you might think it's a lie, some of you might think this story are crazy, but for me it's like a nightmare because all this thing happened to me, my family, and I was a victim, and I'm still a victim because I don't know. I mean, once I get home, I'm gonna talk to my wife. I know that me and her, we have another story that we're supposed to share with you guys later. But before I do that, once I get home, I have to call some people, talk to them about that first to make sure that it's safe to keep talking about this story. I don't know what they're gonna say, but if anything, if I have to stop, I will because I don't want nothing happen to me or my family. And again, I saw something 30 minutes earlier while I was driving. I had to stop because I don't want to keep seeing that. I'm not scared because I've been there, but with the With this type of job that I do as a truck driver, I have to be careful because every day my family expect me to be home, and I don't know. I don't know. I was told to stay quiet, never share this story with anybody. Now I went online talking about them. I don't know. I mean, I wanted to talk about them because I've been trying to do that for a long time, but right now, I don't know if it's safe. Some people may not believe me, but if you're from Haiti, you know.
I'm fully shook. And with that, we are out, you guys. Don't forget to give me a like and a sub on your way out. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future episodes. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Subscribe to my channel.